This month we're talking about balance and rest and everything that comes with that, and usually you don't know, but the way that I do these videos is I don't prepare, I just let life come to inspire me, my daily normal situation, and understand what is it that I'm getting from this, what is it that I'm learning from this situation that I can take in, think about it and just incorporate in my normal life, and that becomes wisdom, right? And when information becomes part of us, of our personality, and we start living as the way we want to live, we basically become wiser. And so what I'm experiencing with people around me, because as Newmanity I'm one person, but outside Newmanity I'm a regular person like anybody else. And although I came out of the system, and Newmanity has this purpose of helping companies and leaders to become more conscious and improve well-being in the companies, I also experience the lack of well-being, not only in my clients, but also in my own personal domain, because I have friends and family that still work in companies, and they're the byproduct of what's currently happening in our social economic system. So when I decided to talk about balance and rest and everything, for me it was obvious that I needed to address what is impacting my life and what is impacting my client's life, that it's so relevant. And let me tell you about this, how I see things. You see, never before there were so many people with allergies. Also, never before there were so many people with heart attacks. The way we live our lives, and also autoimmune diseases and cancers, which means that basically our systems, our bodies are attacking us. Never before we had so many ways of improving and extending people's lives, but then a whole bunch of new diseases come to just attack us or making our lives more difficult. So when I was little, and I still see things, I think that the way we're teaching our kids is that for some reason we carry around this wipes, antibacterial wipes, and cleaning everything our babies and kids touch. Also, most parents don't allow their kids to touch objects or put objects in their mouths, afraid that they will have diseases. But it's so interesting. The other day I was having dinner with this doctor, and he was telling me, do you know that the mouth is like this big hole of bacteria? So as our gut hosts, which is our second brain, hosts a whole bunch of bacteria, good and bad. But both of them, just like the mouth, are good for us. So the bad bacteria actually help us to increase how strong we are, to increase our health. So taking back this to the rest and the balance. So what I think is happening, and comparing this to bacteria, we're now addressing emotions, feelings, human emotions, as if there were bad bacteria in our society, in our companies, in our lives, in our families. So we don't communicate our emotions. We simply do not address the big elephant in the room because we become too emotional. And what's happening when we become too emotional? Something happens. Yes, we become human. And by becoming human and more willing to talk with lightness and naturally about emotions, we simply detach from the drama, and we make these big monsters of emotion and drama become slower incorporated in our lives, in our daily lives. So it's basically assuming and embracing emotions. We're just becoming stronger, just like bacteria. If we allow ourselves to play on the ground, if we allow our kids to play on the ground, we're letting them become stronger and stronger every day. So if we allow ourselves to feel and stop antidepressives and stop pills that are full of hormones and not letting ourselves feel things, if we start eating better and not processed food that are taking our energy away, and also if we, for once and for all, if we don't allow technology to dominate us, we're in this information area where we think we're so smart, but actually we're the ones allowing technology to dominate us. We have, like in restaurants like this, we see families just on their phones. Everyone is completely addicted to technology, and this is taking our emotions away. Let me give you a bit of science. So there's this studies that shows it's the Trolley Dilemma, if you want to Google it, that shows that in front of a human situation, a human dilemma, a moral dilemma, in which we have to decide which is the more valuable, one life or 5 lives. If we don't have any emotional connection to the lives in stake, we simply take care of the situation as if people are objects, because we're completely emotionally detached from them. And this is basically lack of empathy. And it's become, people become like robots or unnatural or not human things. We basically start treating people like things. But then the other experiment shows that it's the bridge problem. If we have an emotional connection to the person that is in stake, we basically try to save their lives. So applying this to our situation right now in the society, due to the way we eat, the way we don't sleep, we're working too many hours, and we're actually not working, we're just pretending we're working. And technology, and constantly addicted to bad food, bad technology, bad habits. What is happening now is we're detaching from our emotions. We're making our brains work too much. And by doing this, we're detaching ourselves from our own humanity. And when we detach from emotions, we detach from everything else. What is the consequence of this? The consequence is everyone is getting sick. Mentally, physically, families are being destroyed, couples cannot communicate properly, we're not raising our kids properly because we're constantly screaming, we don't know how to love. We put every decision in our heads and we just don't feel. And actually, the most important decisions that were ever taken in the planet were made with intuition. And intuition is a heart thing, not a mind thing. But if we let our minds and technology dominate us, we can't listen to our hearts. So this comes back to the theme of this month, is how do we get back to what is important? And what is important is basically our own health, our own state of well-being, and our families. And then by having this as stable and consolidated and strong, we can take care of others because we're company leaders, because we're just colleagues in the system. We need to address priorities in life first. And this is the priority right now. Time is not money. Time is precious. And what is precious is life. So just in August, try to see lifetime as this diamond that you need to take care of. And this diamond is basically your life and what is important. So rest, take care of your body, take care of your family, take care of your loved ones. Stop the mental buzz, quiet your mind, meditate, walk, just watch the waves and the beach and just simply feel life as it is. And you see that whenever you come back to this fuzz in which we live, everything will be much easier. So just for August, and maybe from that point onwards, we'll be able to finally understand what is life about. And life is about feeling.